body, baby, to the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, to the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Shake your body, baby, to the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do the conga beat. So sweet. If you want to do the conga, you've got to listen to the beat. Come on, shake your body, baby, do the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do the conga beat. There's no way you're gonna stop. Come on, shake your body, baby, to the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do the conga beat. Take it away, Jack. conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do the conga. Come on, shake your body, baby, do the conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do the conga beat. Shake your body, baby, do the conga.
Late at night when you're crying in your bed and you can't get that evil shit out your head, I sit outside your door and wonder what you're crying for. 'Cause aren't you when you're weeping at the pumping and a creeping? Of all the guilty deals the rolling on without you. But you can't lay that shit on me, cause Archie, I refuse to see. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? We're all waiting for you. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? We can't wait anymore. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? You love me so much. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? When I sit outside your door at night and wonder if you're feeling alright, I wish the best for you, even if you don't want me to. Cause I'll do what you're slipping out of something, I gotta slip it. Let it be alright, the future's actually very bright. You can't lay that shit on me, cause Archie, I refuse to see. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? Hey Archie, why don't you come home? We can't wait anymore. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? We love you so much. Hey Archie, why don't you come home? Everybody stick around for the door prize giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
I hope all of you got a door prize ticket.
If you don't have a ticket, see Kristen Heil right over there by the big doors.
Because at Set Break, we have many, 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 many great prizes to give away.
Fantastic prize. Fabulous.
Amazing.
This first song is an original by the Muppets.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, and good night.
Thank you. We are Pantera.
Thank you,
Good
Pantera,
night.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pantera. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pantera.
Thank you very much.
Like some added spice, but all you gotta get into is two shows. Ooh. Well, believe it or not, but I've been there, Lord. Look, I'm bad as like a tetanus shot. Ooh. They say they're slime up and down your spine. I know damn well, cause I did it tonight. Ooh. As I sat there and all scout a saw, cut out my heart, he ate it raw. Ooh. Here we go. Open bottom of the bar. If I was a switch, you couldn't turn me on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's bad enough when you try to tell a girl was gonna lose him on this star. So Bob said bye to torture the guy, something like I wasn't willing to try. Well, you were nice at first, but I'm done with this curse. Don't say hi, my appendix burns. Give me a heart attack, Bob.
forgets you. Don't do anything at all. Go as fast when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits, and you know you're going to fall, tell him a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you a call. And call Alice when she was just small.
They're playing our song.
I've never felt this
Oh,
way
okay.
before.
All right.
Yes, I swear it's the truth.
And I owe it all to you.
Just remember,
You're the one thing
I can't get enough of.
so I'll tell you something. This could be love because I had time of my life. I never
Yeah.
felt this way before. 'Cause I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I had time of my till I found the truth.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Where are you going?
I'm just crawling.
Revving up your engine, listen to her howl and roar. Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. Right into the danger zone. Headed in the twilight, spreading out her wings tonight. She got you jumping off the track and shoving into overdrive. Shove it. Highway to the danger zone. I take you right into the danger zone. I never say hello to you until you get it on the red line overload. You never know what you can do until you get it up as high as you can go. on the ground, smelling sweet. Move up the road to the outside of town, and the sound of that good gospel beat. Sits a ragged tent where there ain't no trees, and that gospel groove telling you and me it's
Love, brother, love, say brother, love's virtue and salvation show.
hallelujah.
Pack up the babies and grab the old ladies, and everyone goes, 'cause everyone knows that brother loves show.
Gets suddenly still, and when you'd almost bet you can hear yourself sweat, he walks in. Eyes as black as coal, and when he lifts his face, every ear in the place is on him. Starting soft and slow, like a small earthquake, and when he lets go, half the valley shakes. It's
Love, brother, love, say brother, love's virtue and salvation show.
hallelujah.
Pack up the babies and grab the old ladies, and everyone goes, 'cause everyone knows that brother loves show. Hallelujah,
Brothers,
hallelujah.
I said brothers, you got yourself two good hands, and when your brother's troubled, you gotta reach out your one hand for him, 'cause that's what it's there for. And when your heart is troubled, you gotta reach out your other hand. Reach it to the man up there, reach it to him, because that's what he's there for. Take my hand in yours, walk with me this day. In my heart I know I will never stray. Halle, 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 hallelujah.
Love, say brother, love's virtue and salvation show.
Hallelujah.
Love, brother, love, say brother, love's virtue and salvation show.
Hallelujah.
Love, brother, love, say brother, love's virtue and salvation show. Welcome to the 12th annual My Favorite Bands Festival, Peter, Paul and Gary's 25th anniversary special, featuring Peter, Paul and Gary, Jocko Homo, The Littles, Faith Stankovich, Jeremy C. Grant, Jason Mannon, Jason Daves, and Concrete Blondie. Enjoy the show! Pack up the babies and grab the old ladies, and everyone goes, 'cause everyone knows that brother loves show.
Oh, hi! I'm the internet's Gary Schillinger. What's up, everybody? It's the 12th annual My Favorite Bands Festival. We made it! Here it is, finally! Hey! Usually, I get to see all of you and rock out in person, which is sweet. So it's kind of weird to know that you're watching me on a laptop. Or let's be honest, you're watching me on a mobile device while you poop. Right? Yeah, you're totally pooping. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. We have so much in store for you tonight, it's gonna be sweet. We have musical performances by your favorite people. Yes. Tom Sturgeon, who's one of the funniest people I know on the planet. We came up with some comedy bits for y'all. We're gonna have a chat with Mike McGrath about some of the photos that he's taken over the past 25 years. Yeah, yo. And Kristen and I have been spending our quarantine making dumb videos for y'all. It's just gonna be super fun. I'm just amazed by all the people that helped to make this happen. And they all did it remotely, which is crazy. And it was so cool because I'd reach out and everybody was like, yeah, I wanna do something. Let's be creative for a second. So I had people recording audio and video in Denver, in Seattle, in New Orleans, in Greeley, in Windsor, in Hawaii. I was a little nervous about producing something where no one was in the same room ever. But when it was done, I was like, this is pretty good. It was super fun. So I'm kind of thinking of this whole show as a love letter. Is that how you do this thing? To all of you guys that have come and seen PPG over the last 25 years, I don't know why you did, but you did. And it's been so fun to have this community that we go back and we have a reunion every year and everybody gets together. So much fun. And it's like one of the coolest things ever. So I hope that you like it. I hope that you can jam out a little bit. I hope that you get one of those deep belly laughs from one of the stupid jokes that we tell. Oh Lord! And I hope that it sort of feels like it's normal again. Like, do you remember when you used to put on pants and go out to a bar, wait in a bathroom line, and see 9 sweaty dudes and 1 cool chick dressed in flower pot helmets and jumpsuits singing Wang Chung? And I know you did that because I got the pictures in HD. Okay, so for the next 6.5 hours, join me on a walk down memory lane. Okay, it's not that long, but we got a ton of content. So let's kick off the show with music from Faith Stankovic, Jason Daves, and Concrete Blondie after a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Malleus from the Hearing Institute. What happened acoustically to ya? Or, as we're known throughout the medical community, what? I'm not only founder and chief audiologist at What? I'm also a member. What? As a young buck, I attended quite a few live concerts. My favorite genre is American folk. So when I saw a flyer for the band Peter, Paul, and Gary, I thought it would be the perfect show for me. My friends and I showed up assuming we would be treated to an evening of mellow music and free pasta. Instead, we found ourselves trapped in a sonic nightmare that we have never woken up from. What? On that fateful night, as we entered the bowels of a venue called The Armory in Greeley, Colorado, we were overwhelmed by a thick fog and the stench of trampled peanuts and Alabama Slammas. We headed toward the stage, and we were instantly assaulted with the highest volumes and the lowest musical ability we have ever experienced. I didn't get any free lasagna that night, but I did get 3 solid days of ringing in my ears and a burning which still hasn't subsided. But that's a story for another clinic. What? Many that have entered through our doors at What? Share the same horrific trauma, far more serious than common tinnitus. When caused by these unique circumstances, the condition is widely referred to as PPG, erectile dysfunction, or ED. If you believe PPG has given you ED, take comfort knowing that you're hardly alone. Literally, tens of concert goers have gone soft because of this so-called musical group. Symptoms of ED include hearing loss, lack of musical taste, and nerve damage in the spinal column from wincing at missed chord changes. What? If you are having a hard time and limping along due to PPG-related ED and want to plow ahead and stand erect again, give us a call. We won't stop until you are satisfied. What?
Ooh, you pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Put up a pink hotel, a boutique and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? You pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 bop. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and then charged all the people $1.50 just to see 'em. Don't it always seem that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. You pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 bop. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away your DDT now. I'll take some spots on my apples, just leave me with the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. You pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 bop. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. Late last night, I heard my screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. You pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 bop. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Like democracy. You pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. Ooh, you pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, bop, bop. Ooh, you pay paradise, put up a parking lot.
Well, they're building a gallows outside my cell, and I got 25 minutes to go. Well, the whole town's waiting for to hear me yell, and I got 24 minutes to go. Well, they give me some beans for my last meal with 23 minutes to go. Nobody asked me how I feel with 22 minutes to go. Well, I sent for the governor and the whole darn bunch, 21 minutes to go. I called up the mayor, but he's out to lunch, got 20 more minutes to go. Well, the sheriff said, boy, I'm gonna watch you die with 19 minutes to go. So I laughed in his face and I spit in his eye with 18 minutes to go. Here comes the preacher for to save my soul with 13 minutes to go. He's talking about burning, but I'm so cold, got 12 more minutes to go. Where they're testing the trap and it chills my spine, 11 more minutes to go. The trap and the rope, oh, they work just fine, got 10 more minutes to go. Well, I'm waiting on the pardon that'll set me free with 9 more minutes to go. But this ain't the movies, so forget about me, got 8 more minutes to go. My feet in the trap and my head in the noose with 4 more minutes to go. Won't somebody come and cut me loose? 3 more minutes to go. I can see the mountains, I can see the sky. 3 more minutes to go.
gives up just like that? Oh no, it's not the things you do that tease and hurt me bad, but it's the way you do the things you do to me. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one, number one, number one. Every girl wants you to be her man, but I'll wait, my dear, till it's my turn. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one, number one, number Every girl wants you to be her man, but I'll wait, my dear, till it's my turn. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one, number one, number one, number one. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. Tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. Tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. Tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one, your number one, number one,
Imagine, if you will, you're about 20 years old. You don't know much, but you think you know everything. And you know some guys, you know, Damon Smith. He's basically the coolest guys in these serious bands, playing some serious, interesting music with weird time signatures and scales and stuff. You know, Colin Bricker knows all about how to record and amplify music and can play basically any instrument. You know, Jeffrey Gilks, who knows music on a level you'll never even understand. And Gary Schillinger, who is the funniest guy in town, had a few public access shows and really just prolific. All these really creative, energetic people. And John Rasmussen, who I think would guest and then became part of the original lineup. So imagine all these guys get together and they say they're going to form this goofy band and they're going to embrace the cheese and just go for it and put on a show, basically. Please the crowd, which if you could imagine a Gen X 20-year-old This wasn't necessarily the most obvious choice. Like, it kind of surprised me, but also I loved it. And once I saw it, of course, I really loved it. So I believe their first show was at the Armory, and they asked me to run the soundboard for their show. And of course, I'm nervous as hell because I'm running sound for the best people who can run sound. They were wearing the crazy shiny Devo helmets, flower pots upside down. They had their lineup of songs. They had You're Like a Virgin. They had N.I.B., bunch of other covers and a couple originals. I don't know if they've played those in a while, but PPG has some originals. Ask around to learn more. My one job is during N.I.B., which was probably later in the set because it was a rocker, it was a rager, maybe even the end. My one job was to turn on the effects, do octave shifts so that when Colin sang Lucifer, for just the one word, there'd be a pitch shift, Lucifer.
Now I have you with me under my power. Power! Our love grows stronger now with every hour. Power! Look into my eyes and see who I am. Who he is? My name is Lucifer. Please take my hand.
So I ran sound for them at least a dozen times in those first few years. And I think I got it right totally once. Either it didn't come at all, or it was left on a little too long, or came on accidentally in between songs. So that's my PPG memory. That and winning lasagna every time, which I have to assume was rigged, and just having fun. Fog machines, and really it's just all about fun. So yeah, it was just congratulations all, and I love you all. Have a happy anniversary and take care.
Lucifer! 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 Lucifer!
Oh dear.
Lucifer!
Oh dear. Not that again.
Hello, Peter, Paul, and Gary fans. I'm standing in front of the iconic Island Grove Arena, home of the Greeley Stampede, but most notoriously home of an early day Peter, Paul, and Gary concert. We were all here filling the stadium with Peter, Paul, and Gary fans, and you can almost still hear them screaming for more in the background. Anyway, this was the early days, and then the band went on to fill parks and other local venues with their signature performances. But I do remember this one in particular because they rocked the stadium. So congratulations, Peter, Paul, and Gary, on 25 years of entertaining us all with your signature rock and roll.
Hi, it's MJ, better known as Damon's mom. I got a text from Gary Schillinger the other night. He mentioned it's the 25th anniversary of Peter, Paul, and Gary. Wow, talk about back in the day. So it made me think about early Peter, Paul, and Gary when they used to be down at the Armory. PPG gave away prizes. They would hand you a raffle ticket when you came in, and then at set breaks, they would have a little drawing and they'd give things away. So Damon was always looking for free stuff to give away. And he said, Mom, maybe you could make lasagna.
Now comes the prize all the way through. That's right. My mother, MJ Smith, made this lasagna today. One pan, my mother's lasagna for you. It's even frozen right now. Like butter. All right, lucky winner for the lasagna of dreams.
So that became part of the big raffle, was Damon's mom's lasagna. And I learned that I had to, because this is college kids, put a little sticky note that would say, this is not baked. You should put your oven on 350 and thaw this out and then bake it for 30 minutes. So that the kids would realize they couldn't just eat it right then. Although there was one night when there was a guy who had maybe had a few too many beers, and he ripped that lasagna open and was licking away at that frozen, unbaked lasagna. Gross. Anyway, that's how the lasagna was born. So then when PPG graduated to having the My Favorite Bands Festival, Damon said, you know, Mom, we can't pay the bands very much, so we'd like to feed them. So I would make 4 or 5 or 6 big pans of lasagna and garlic bread. It was just a huge thing.
So there was MJ Doers. And that's my mom, and she actually made like 10 pans of lasagna to feed all of the bands that played today.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was really cool.
Super awesome lasagna.
I always felt like the bands always really appreciated that because it gave them a nice break and a good, decent meal. So that evolved over time and eventually went away. And it's probably been 4 or 5 my favorite bands ago that we had the last lasagna that I had to make, especially for Gary. I just made the one. But anyway, today I made a lasagna and I've got it here. I took some pictures earlier of making the lasagna and putting it together. And then I typed up the recipe so you can all make your own lasagna. So once you get it baked and cooled off, then if you're gonna freeze it, which is what I'm gonna do, just wrap it up. And then this year, because it is 25 years of PPG, I thought it would be fun to wrap the lasagna in a My Favorite Band's t-shirt. So you can just slip it in there and tuck the edges around. And then you have a cool little remembrance of Peter, Paul, and Gary and My Favorite Bands. So I'm hoping this is going to be enough.
Chattin' with PPG and Mike McGee.
Kind of, it looks like Lance Bass from NSYNC.
Are there frosted tips going on there? I can't really.
Why is the photographer standing in the middle of our set?
That is true. You are.
Where is this?
This is the Armory.
It's the Armory. Look at John is leaving the backstage area.
We put on the flyers wet t-shirt contest, but we didn't say it was going to be us.
A dude showed up and saw this.
Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
When you light a guitar on fire, it does its thing, but you don't realize that the strap is what you can't get it. Like I tried to get the guitar out, and that was easy, but the strap kept burning because it was.
I remember it wouldn't go out.
Soaked with lighter fluid. And
it was cool for a minute, and now it's an emergency.
No sprinklers. There's a plane overhead.
and a wooden wagon, right, hanging directly above the band.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Didn't think about that part.
You guys are talking about this like it's a big faux pas when you're not even like commenting on the shorts that Gary is wearing.
I didn't understand this. Something in the sheets. Yeah, I was like
dancing in the sheets.
I didn't know.
Just like
I remember watching
on
from
keyboard,
on stage, and it went on too long and was awkward, as evidenced by Gary's "I shat my pants" pale, sweaty look there.
I think he's going. This one is like, what?
Well, that one's like.
That's like absurd, you know. Guy being Tommy Lee that's never drummed.
I can't look at this enough.
It has like a toddler's kind of innocence to it.
To me, it's like, hey, it's my first day on the job. I'm trying really hard. Like, give me a break.
This was one of the many years that Jeff quit the band.
I quit that year for the
true.
5th time.
If you just found this photo, you wouldn't know what it was, really. They're not an athletic team. They're
like an unathletic team, I think.
They're probably not a band. Look at them.
I like how disheveled Damon looks. What happened to him? It looks like he just got mugged.
Look at the pant legs and shoes.
She's almost flipping us off.
They seem outraged at something going on.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Oh great! Wow!
It's a quiet moment. It's cool.
And you're steady too. I remember you when it's time to click the button, you lock pretty hard.
I do, yeah.
Because I think you were wobbly otherwise, but then when it was time to take the shot,
I lean up on a speaker, yeah. Or like on your girlfriend for the night.
She mentioned that a couple of times.
And Molly's just like, and it was windy, and she was a boss. Yeah, it was good.
It was so early in her musical playing too, and she stepped up like a super pro.
Since no one can travel this year, let me be your tour guide. Let me take you to the islands of Hawaii, to the vast emptiness of space, and to a sketchy back alley somewhere. It's an all-inclusive trip to Awesome Town, courtesy of Jeremy Grant and the Littles. Bon voyage.
Oh, aloha friends. Mahalo for checking in. As you can imagine, things have been pretty tough out here on the islands. But I found a way to make it through. That's through song. So I thought I'd do a little song for you here by the king of the islands, Mr. Elvis Presley. Well, I don't worry whenever skies are gray above. I got a pocket full of rainbows, I got a heart full of love. Oh, Mr. Heartache, I found a way to make him leave. 'Cause I got a pocket full of rainbows, I got a star upon my sleeve. So kiss me gently, hold me tight, 'cause I'm saving your sweetness for a lonely night. No more teardrops, 'cause I have found a love so true. I got a pocket full of rainbows, I got an armful of you. So I don't worry whenever skies are gray above. I got a pocket full of rainbows, I got a heart full of love. Rainbows, rainbows. Aloha.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
10.
Ground control to Major Tom.
7. 6.
Commencing countdown, engines on.
3.
Check ignition and may God's love be with you.
Lift off.
This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. there's nothing I can do. Though I've passed 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I floating around my tin can? Far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. As he came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment, he left bloodstains on the carpet. She ran underneath the table, he could see she was unable. So she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down, it was her doom. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? There's a sign at the window that he struck you, a crescendo, Annie. He came into your apartment, he left footsteps on the carpet. Then you ran into the bedroom, you were struck down, it was your doom. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. So they came into the outlet, it was Sunday, what a black day. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, sounding heartbeats, intimidation. She ran underneath the table, he could see she was unable. So she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down, it was her doom. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Won't you tell us that you're okay? There's a sign at the window that he struck you, a crescendo, Annie. He came into your apartment, he left footsteps on the carpet. Then you ran into the bedroom, you were struck down, it was your doom. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
I was walking through the park in Greeley, Colorado, just minding my own business, when I was struck in the eye by a flying plush monkey.
I was blindsided by a cowbell to the cornea.
I had scalding hot lasagna launched into my eyeballs.
from my good eye, I spotted like a dozen people on stage playing rock music. There were so many band members, I assumed it was up with people.
I thought it was a religious cult. Or Blue Oyster Cult.
I gotta have more cowbell.
I know it was some kind of cult.
I thought it was Leonard Skinner.
Freebird.
Before the plane crash.
After the accident, my life was ruined. So I contacted Jenny Turnto, the Tiny Arm.
I went tiny on their ass.
I done got me some tiny.
The Tiny Arm reached out and got me $279 tiny dollars.
I may have lost depth perception big time, but I gained a tiny friend.
I got my self-worth back and this complimentary eye patch. All thanks to that incredibly tiny arm. Ha! Watch out, ladies. Seriously, watch out, ladies. I'm totally blind in this eye.
Hi, I'm Jenny Turnto, the Tiny Arm, and I may not be able to reach that thing on that shelf over there. Goddamn tiny arm. But I can reach you the compensation you deserve if you were forced to witness a performance by the band Peter, Paul, and Gary. Odds are you've suffered severe damage physically, sonically, or both. You may have what the CDC now identifies as PPG PTSD. You're not alone. Tens of people just like you have suffered horribly over the last 25 years. It's not too late. Call me. Remember, if you can't dilate, litigate.
Call the Tiny Arm. Jenny, 867-530-99. Se habla español. We speak Braille. Not available in Garden City.
Hi, I'm Pam.
And you can call me Al.
And we're the lucky parents of one of the many members of Peter, Paul, and Gary. I don't know why they picked us to share their history. Maybe it was because we were enablers of this craziness. It all started right here at Greeley Central High School in the early 1990s. Several band geeks decided to host a performance at the school auditorium. Being less than cautious parents, we actually assisted in hosting this concert. We experienced our first mosh pit. I'm surprised that Colin and his pals were not expelled, along with his parents. In Al's words,
"These guys really suck." And then the State Armory became part of the picture. Again, showing our stellar parenting skills, we encouraged and allowed our son Colin to become the house sound guy while he was still in high school. Later, this encouraged the formation of Peter, Paul, and Gary, with many shows and a small but loyal following. Most notable was Colin's 21st birthday celebration, when all of the Armory staff said, "Colin just turned 21?" Also, I was outraged when the band stole my Hawaiian shirts for their first gig. In the early days, these guys still really sucked.
as time went on and band members scattered across the state and country, the idea for a My Favorite Bands Festival was hatched. The first 2 years, it was held at Island Grove Park. Again, we were partners in crime and used our connections to talk our friend and Island Grove manager, Tom Welch, into supporting this venture.
Hey, what the hell you doing in this park?
Tom Welch!
Do you have permission to film here?
I'll never forget the infamous flower pot helmets. When they ordered the shiny gold planters from Mariposa, I had no idea they would still be wearing them 25 years later. Al is wearing the original My Favorite Bands t-shirt with the list of all the bands from that very first year. And when it came to Peter, Paul, and Gary,
these guys still suck. My Favorite Bands Festival was moved to downtown Greeley at Lincoln Park, allowing it to grow to 2 stages of stellar performances over the next 4 years. Peter, Paul, and Gary still pretty much sucked. But one thing they did right was when they sang Paradise by the Dashboard Light, with Kristen singing the Meatloaf part and Jeff singing Ellen Foley's part. Pretty much the highlight of PPG's career for me. The Peter, Paul, and Gary band did get better, mostly because they got help from our 2 grandchildren.
As the group aged and set up and take down in the park was kind of hard on the backs, the downtown allowed My Favorite Bands one night annually at Friday Fest on the 9th Street Plaza. Peter, Paul, and Gary were even invited to scare folks at Greeley's Monster Day one year. That they were really good at.
But alas, My Favorite Bands was always followed by a Peter, Paul, and Gary reunion performance at the Moxie Theater with loyal family and friends cheering them on, whether or not they sucked.
We hope that 2021 will bring another live performance from My Favorite Bands, and Peter, Paul, and Gary will continue to delight its fans. Well, at least its friends and family in the future.
Yeah.
You know that Al and Pam Bricker will always be there.
Actually, they don't really suck that much anymore.
Or else our hearing aids just mute the suck vector.
So since Al joked that we sucked so much, I present to you the only footage in existence of Al dancing. To Peter, Paul, and Gary, of course. Enjoy, Al.
Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let your memory talk to me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. After all, you're all I gotta take care of me.
Hey guys, missing you this year. My favorite bands. God, Peter, Paul, and Gary. I mean, what is there not to say about you guys? I think one of my favorite memories is from about, maybe 10 years ago, Jody. Kristen would remember when we had the Eye of the Tiger dance squad. We did a little dance routine. We actually practiced it quite a bit. And I remember it was pretty tight. So anyway, maybe next year that should be on the playlist. You guys, whatever the theme is next year, definitely put on the Eye of the Tiger. And then Jody and I, and we'll get Amy on board, maybe Janet. And Kristen, you can help us sing it. And yeah, we'll look forward to that next year. But I love you guys. We miss you. And you know, John and I and the kids think of all of you as extended families. So hang in there. We'll get through this. And I can't wait to see your next video, Gary. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Hi, I'm Jeff's mom, Mary. When Jeff asked me to make a short video of my memories of Peter, Paul, and Gary, I was immediately taken back to a concert in a park in Greeley in August of 2009, where I heard Peter, Paul, and Gary for the first time. It was great to meet Colin, Gary, Kristen, Damon, and many others in the band. Most vivid in my mind were the orange jumpsuits with gold helmets, songs like Let's Hear It for the Boy, Singing My Heart Out on Dancing in the Streets, staying in the beautiful Clarion Hotel in downtown Greeley. It was all such fun, so worth the trip from Colorado Springs. The event was the highlight of late summer for many years to come. Thank you, Peter, Paul, and Gary.
What do I think about when I think about Peter, Paul, and Gary, and how they came together? Why, my recollections are dark and disturbed. Peter, Paul, and Gary, they brought the devil out of me. They put the devil inside all of you.
Chattin' with PPG and Mike McG.
Did you stage this, or how did this come about? Or was he just in the bushes?
He was living there.
I think he actually slept in Lincoln Park in his van that.
John's looking at me like, "Are you going to count this in yet, or what?"
It's always been comical to me that like the best guitar player in the band is the bass player.
First off, I don't know how Jeff did that.
How did I not?
Dinsmore's beard jumped at a different rate.
Mike's doing a bit of modeling here, but he's like taking on the spirit of the person he's posing with. So he's doing his best Gary with Gary.
Yep.
And then when you see him with the boss, he's doing his boss thing. And then when you see him with Tyler, he's doing his...
He does look... dude looks like a lady, right? She has a very coy look on her face, right? Like
very country. Like, you guys just look cute as shit.
Yeah. How many would you say you take when you lock in on somebody?
I'm probably going to take 30 shots in 10 minutes. If I feel I've never gotten you, I'll like spend some more time. I'll go, man, I got to spend time on Monty tonight. I'll make a decision like that.
I was thinking it's more like this. like a cat hissing.
Those who know Jeff really well know that this is actually a low note. This photo is a prime example of misdirection.
This one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn it.
Good.
I remember in the dressing room, I was like, "Are you putting on eyeliner?"
And I was like, "Are you not?"
The thing that I really want to talk about is the way that you're holding the mic. I've never seen that.
It is a softer way to hold the mic.
It's like a martini or a Virginia Slim.
Yeah.
Holding the stem of a wine glass.
This is a very classy photograph.
It's precious.
I'm just having one of those, like, I'm really loving the moment kind of things happening where I'm like looking at the people in the audience and I'm like, can't believe we get to do this. This is fucking cool.
That guy looks like he could really play. He really does. But I like this one. This is good too. This is like that woman's comfortable. That's a strong young lady.
Yeah, it's
and she's not afraid of me. I like that.
This is a rare one where the subject is staring straight at you. And
I
you
like
nailed
that.
it.
He stood at me for 1 second. He looked up, and I got it, and I ran away. I went, ah!
There's never been a better action shot of Doug in his whole life.
And I knew that. Maybe rockers don't look up. And when they do, you better be there, you know? Amy said something to me today, like, I've probably shot you guys more than anybody else. Like, you're my dad. I'm saying, like, for years, I'd be like, is this guy in the band? And I'd be like, he's really nice. He seems smart. He likes hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah, start photographing him.
When Troy joined our band, the level of our playing of these stupid songs got so much better.
Oh yeah.
I looked at him and I gave him a look like, give me something. And he delivered.
This was a really fun show. Jeff, I think you quit again for this one, right?
Tonight, we explore a tale of innocence lost, the dangers of rock and roll, and a high school gymnasium which was ruined forever. It is the story of a young man, a homecoming dance, and the band that destroyed them both, Peter, Paul, and Gary. Take me through that night some 25 years ago.
I was at Greeley Central High back in the mid-90s. It was my first homecoming dance. When my date and I showed up to the gymnasium, we noticed some shady-looking characters on the stage.
Dressed like they were high on LSD, or at a children's birthday party, Peter, Paul, and Gary were hired as the entertainment for the dance.
2 of them were dressed in drag, and one was in a furry costume, and then the singer looked like some kind of confused miniature jester. And then when it came time for the slow dance, that's when it all went to hell.
I believe the Greeley Tribune called it the incident.
They started playing these old songs from the classic rock station, but way crappier versions.
The band he is referring to is known as Black Sabbath, and the song, the less than romantic War Pigs. So, during the first romantic slow dance of your life, these lyrics were being sung at you and your date at deafening volumes. In the fields, the bodies burning. Ashes where the bodies burning. Satan laughing spreads his wings. You were sued by Greeley Central High School for desecrating their high school gymnasium.
Yes. Not only did Peter, Paul, and Gary ruin my date, but they also ruined my pants. They played the Humpty Dance and hit something my proctologist called the brown note.
Just for clarity, was this before or after the long-haired bass player quit the band on stage?
Right before. She hit that low note, and the rumble created an immediate physical reaction.
A dishonorable discharge.
Let's just say that my bowels imitated a Montfort feedlot, and I got the squirt so bad I soured the gymnasium floor.
The police report indicated that the varnish was stripped completely from the floor, and that the janitor was hospitalized with E. coli.
Yes, and the building had to be condemned. Later, they opened a Taco John's there.
And is that how you earn the nickname Mary Sloppins?
Unfortunately, yes. Even my mom calls me that. You know, I used to joke that George Lucas ruined my childhood, but the sad truth, it was Peter, Paul, and Gary. Well, and Todd, my stepdad.
We reached out to Greeley Central for comments, and they responded with this statement. Mr. Sloppins is a stain on our reputation as the number 2 school in Weld County. When asked for comment from his stepfather Todd, he responded with, Jesus Christ, he still can't call me Dad? When we reached out, Peter, Paul, and Gary's management responded with this statement. People don't come to a PPG show for the music. They come to have their asses rocked. Mission accomplished. Mr. Sloppin should be thanking us. They went on to inform us that since that incident, their backstage accommodations are now no longer known as the Green Room, but as Browntown. Taco John's had this to say. Buy 1 potato Olay at regular price and receive a 20-ounce fountain drink for free. Limit 1 per customer.
All right, so it's time to get scary. Ooh, and it's time to get a little weird. To get scary weird. Jason Mannon is going to take us back 2,000 years, coincidentally, to another time in history with plague. Concrete Blondie rocks out in a place that you'll visit if you don't wear a mask. And Jocko Homo shows off its most impressive headwear. Rock and roll.
Peter, Paul, and Gary. 25 years. This is 2,000-year-old song. It's very good. You don't have to say goodbye. You don't have to say goodbye. Every time you run and hide, I can't catch you with my eyes. Let me bite your neck. So just let me bite your neck. You don't have to say hello. You don't have to say hello. Every time you go and play, you just want to stay away. So just let me bite your neck. So just let me bite your neck. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Da, 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 die, die. Every time you go and stay, you just want to stay away. So just let me bite your neck. So just let me bite your neck. You don't have to go away. I just want you to stay. me drink a little blood. I can promise there's no flood. So just let me bite your neck. So just let me bite your neck. You don't have to run and hide. You don't have to run and hide. Every time you want to see, to put a stake inside of me, oh, just let me bite your neck. Oh, just let me bite your neck. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Every time I take a life, I want you to be my wife. So just let me bite your neck. So just let me bite your neck.
There's a crack in the mirror and a blood stain on the bed. There's a crack in the mirror and a blood stain on the bed. Oh, you were a vampire and baby, I'm the walking dead. Oh, you were a vampire and baby, I'm the walking dead. I've got the ways and means to New Orleans. I'm going down by the river where it's warm and clean. I'm gonna have a drink, walk around. I got a lot to think about. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. There's a rocking chair by the window down the hall. I hear something there in the shadow down the hall. You were a vampire and now I am nothing at all. You were a vampire and now I am nothing at all. The ways and means to New Orleans. I'm going down by the river where it's warm and green. I'm gonna have a drink and walk around. Got a lot to think about. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. To dance in the garden in the middle of the night. Dancing out in the garden in the middle of the night. Oh, you were a vampire and I may never see the light. Warm and green, I'm gonna have a drink. Oh yeah.
Two. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know I let you tell me what to do. You were confident you knew best. Now things aren't working like you want them to. Your confidence is what I detest. You got me looking up high. You got me searching down low. You got me, I know you know. You got me jerking back and forth. You told me people like to suffer. You told me that's the way it is. You said that things were getting better. You said I should accept all this. You think it's funny, but what I say is true. The reason that I live like this is all because of you. You got me looking up high. You got me searching down low. You got me, I know you know. You got me jerking back and forth. There is a thought that keeps me thinking, like a stone inside my shoe. It is a vision reoccurring, a dirty window I can see you through. You think it's funny, but what else can I do? The reason that I live like this is all because of you. You got me looking up high. You got me searching down low. You got me, I know you know. You got me turning back and forth. You got me looking up high. You got me searching down low. You got me, I know you know. You got me turning back and forth.
Well, Peter, Paul, and Gary. What can I say? So many memories. Greeley, the armory, the armpit. Wow, that just came back to me. And just really remembering how fun they all were. There was just a sense of humor and not taking themselves real seriously, and I really, really appreciated that with all those guys. We always had a great time, and we were friends with everybody. It was kind of the artsy fartsy crazy people, and now we're just grown up artsy fartsy crazy people. Peter, Paul, and Gary have a very fond place in my heart, and really kind of helped mold me in my bizarre strangeness that I'm now fully embracing in my middle-aged. Are we middle-aged? Yeah, we're middle-aged. Yeah, so that's it. Love you guys.
Hi, my name is Marshall Jilks. I'm a trombonist and composer based out in New York. And I just wanted to, reach out and share my gratitude to Peter, Paul, and Gary. Back in the mid-2000s, I was still working at Chevy's restaurant. And, I had this dream of, basically, being like an 80s rock trombone player. But, a lot of people just weren't hearing that. And, Peter, Paul, and Gary really are the guys who gave me my first break. And I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for them. So, you know, if you want to check out more about what I do, go to 80strombonecovers.com. You know, my horn's in the shop right now, but you know. That's one, you know, you'll hear that there. You also hear, my name is Luca. And you also hear kind of my big hit, what I'm kind of known for, which is, you know. But like I said, I can't really say thank you enough to those guys, Peter, Paul, and Gary. And yeah, I hope we can collaborate again soon, because that was just, you know, I thought all 7 people there, they just said that it was magical. So, yep.
Hello, this is Ian and Isla, and I just wanted to see if I could recreate a Peter, Paul, and Gary set list from the first early years. PPG, Isla, used to play all these fun songs, one of which was Like a Virgin. Yeah, and then they bring it down a little and play Smooth Operator. Okay. Then they'd play one of their originals. They would play Barnacle Bob. Yeah, all I remember is that little bit. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted dead or alive. That's the name of it. Okay, ready? And Whiskey River by Willie Nelson. So those were some of the hits. That was basically one set that I could remember off the top of my head of the initial songs from PPG. What do you think, Isla?
Chattin' with PPG and Mike McGee.
You remember before we went on, we were all in Colin's van.
Oh yeah.
Changing, I think. And then once we all got suited up, we had like a little private moment in the Mariposa van where we like, all right guys, we're gonna go play the dance now. It's like a big time gig.
Best moment of our lives.
I like that Colin's wearing the sunglasses over the top of his normal glasses.
Yeah,
that is
right.
That is the classic look, right?
I got a cassette when I agreed to join this group, and it said, we're either going to be called Peter, Paul, and Gary, Everybody Gets Laid, or Alcohol is Cool.
Those
That's
shows
cool
were fun.
editing, man, when you just go around, you cut the shit out you don't want.
Yeah, it's a pre-Photoshop.
Oh, classic, yeah.
Multi-beast.
Tiger Ball!
Oh, yeah. Here's a Jeff quit the band again. Band.
It is. This is John's first gig.
Remember, he told us that story just the other day. He's like, yeah, I went down to Bears on my way to the show and had a shot and told somebody at the bar that I was going to do something really stupid. And the guy was like, well, sure you don't want another shot?
We taped a SM98 like little lavalier
Inside
mic
the head.
inside the head, so you could sing with us.
Yeah, because you
That was
really
awesome.
needed to hear me sing during this set. Playing that show in that helmet, it sounded
No
like
press.
I was inside of a garbage disposal.
Please explain it. And also, your pants are really wet down there.
They're super wet. Yeah. So we're doing the arena show. We're doing the arena show, and Colin is like, I got these wireless mics because Gary was all about the wireless mics. And
I was.
like, yeah, that's great. He's like, they're really expensive. Don't mess up these wireless.
Don't
mics.
stick the whole thing in your mouth.
I'm like, got it.
I do have video of another show. You were singing up front, and you went to my mic, and then you went to Colin's, and you went to everybody, and you got like 5 mics that you're all singing into at the same time. It's great.
Yeah,
But
I don't think it got any louder.
It always sounds good because it comes out like we're all family.
Oh fuck yeah!
At this point, I mean,
Sure.
I mean, you and Colin are literally family, but we've all been brothers for so long. There's no question about it. We just are all part of the kind of the same thing about the way we grew up.
Glad you're back in the band, dude.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if he's back in the band yet.
I don't know.
Did he say he was playing this year?
Guys are dicks.
We haven't had a meeting yet to decide whether he gets to come.
Oh, okay.
That's the next Zoom call. Hey Jeff, could you just
Could you drop off?
just hop off for a minute?
Oh, we're all such assholes to each other.
Man, you better join this band. They're pretty fun, dude.
Here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Peter, Paul, and Gary has been the dumbest, the stupidest, the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life. But it's also been the best, the funniest, the greatest, and the thing I'm most proud of. Who knew that it would last this long? 25 years, seriously? I mean, no one wanted us to keep going, let's be honest. It's crazy that we all still get together and do this, and it's crazy that you all show up. And I wish you could all come to practice to see, and I know you think, wow, they practice? No, we actually do. It's like being at a 3-hour comedy show. There's 10 people firing off each other. So fun. You go home and your laughing muscles hurt. Oh, and it's so fun to have a reunion and big concert and see everybody. It's just the highlight of my year. It is truly my favorite band. See what I did there? And I'll keep doing Peter, Paul, and Gary for as long as I'm around, or as long as the band lets me. I like to think of this video as like a choose your own adventure, because there's so much going on that every time you watch it, it's something new, so you gotta watch it like 10 times. But I present to you the awesomeness that is Peter, Paul, and Gary. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been super fun tonight.
It's been so fun.
And thank you so much for being part of this extended family over the past 25 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been super awesome. Papa! I can't wait for the next 25 years, and I especially can't wait to see all your faces next year when we rock out in person. I'll leave you with Kristen and I singing I Got You, Babe, and it's so sweet. It really is. Bye, y'all.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me, and baby, I've got you. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
They say our love won't pay the rent. Before it's earned, our money's all been spent.
I guess that's true, we don't have a pot. At least I'm sure of all the things we've got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I've got flowers in the spring. I've got you to wear my ring.
And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. Don't let them say your hair's too long. I don't care, with you I can't go wrong.
So put your tiny hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you to hold my hand.
I got you to understand.
I got you to walk with me.
I got you to talk with me.
I got you to kiss goodnight.
I got you to hold me tight.
I got you and I won't let go.
I got you to love me so.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Peter, Paul, and Gary. Oh yeah, I remember it was like a summer of '95. I was bummed. My world got rocked, and not in the jammy way. Jerry had just been called out to play lead at the big gig in the sky, and I was stuck like in northern Colorado with like 3 tickets to shows that were never going to happen, a full tank of helium, and like no way to make balloon money. I started hanging out at this place called the Armory. I'm like in there one night eating my weight in peanuts, and I hear this band in the back. So I go into the dark, I don't know, vomit cave, I guess. I see these guys, and I'm just like, these guys sound amazing. I was so high. Turns out these guys start playing at this place a bunch. So I keep going back and I start to kind of really dig the scene. I mean, the parking lot situation sucked, but everybody was really nice except for the band. I never got to talk to them because they always, had to get back at it, is what they said. I don't know, that's their trip. Whatever, man. There was always food being given away at their shows. I was totally like blasting my quads, dancing on the stickiest floor. So I think to myself, dude, you should follow these guys. Over the years, like what's it been, like 25 now? I have traveled all over the place to see them. East Greeley, Westish, East Greeley, Fort Collins once, Westish, East Greeley, but not as far west as the time before. Man, all over the place, everywhere. It got to a point, right, they only played once a year. Like the first time they did that, they had a show at this like cow stadium. I thought, man, these guys sold out. I went to the show anyway. There were like 30 or 40 people there. And I'm like, man, these guys didn't sell shit. Since they only played once a year, I had a little time in between their gigs. Who's to say how many days there are in a year, really? I started really getting into the merchandising at their gig. I was selling like Kind Mountain Dew, $2, and a tofu lasagna I made with this meat I got from Montford. It was super cheap. It said edible, so technically it was vegetarian. I gotta say, those guys helped me out. Without them and their music, which, yeah, I was okay. Anyway, I don't know if I would have made it, because they're one of the only bands that I could really relate to, other than Shakedown Street, Dark Star Orchestra, Terraplane Flyer, New Potato Caboose, American Beauty, Uncle John's Band, Uncle John's Banjo, Uncle Shoehorn, Uncle Juan's Band, Grateful Dan, Grateful Dan's, Grateful Dread, Grateful Dudes, Grateful Gary, no relation, Grateful Shred, Grateful Jed, Grateful Heads, East LA Fadeaway, The Stolen Faces, Estimated Prophet, Midnight Rain, Midnight Sun, Spider Daniels Band, Skull and Roses, Electric Waste Band, Electric Jug Band, Electric Okie Test, Kind Buds, Laughing Bones, Jugtown Pirates, who actually might have been Buffett cover band, I don't remember, Naomi Bean, Zen Tricksters, Zen Dog, Northbound Train, Northbound Rain, Steal Your Face, Strawberry Jam Band, The Mayflies, Hi-Di Blues Band, Violin River, The Rum Runners, Zydeco Jed, Stoneclad, oh man, the Stone Jack Ballers. What were we talking about, dude?